So can we hear each other now?
I can I can hear you. I can't see anybody.
Ako ay Pilipino, ang dugo'y maharlika. Likas sa aking puso at hikain kay handa.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Sama po kayo naroroon. Ito po ang Fil-Am Radio, broadcasting live every Tuesday afternoon from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. through the magic of our StreamYard and facilities of Rainier Avenue Radio World dito po sa Seattle, Washington, USA. Kami po ang inyong mga abang lingkod. Ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili.
Ito po si Miles Salvador. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood.
At ito naman po si Manny Panganiban. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong pagtangkilik.
At ang producer po natin na si Daniel Bells of Rainier Avenue Radio World. Yung programa po natin, Fil-Am Radio, kahit na po saan kayo naroroon, it's internet-based. And you just want to listen, or you could always log on to www.rainieravenueradio.world. Pwede rin naman, anytime po, ngayon, live, at kung bukas o Miyerkules or Huwebes, anytime for the day, for the week, any day of the week. You could also watch our program. Hanapin nyo lang po yung Facebook ng Rainier Avenue Radio World at yung programa natin. We are now having our 176 episode. Yung po hanapin ninyo. Dahil makikita niyo rin po yung mga past broadcast namin. Anyway, meron din po tayong telepono. Pwede nyo tawagan po ang number na ito, 206-290-9685. During our broadcast, at ang ating producer po will link you up with us. Ngayon, ang ating pong programa always starts with a prayer and ends with a prayer. Kaya kumari po, sabayan niyo po kami sa aming maikling opening prayer. Let's bow our heads. Sa pangalan ng Ama, Anak at Espiritu Santo, Ama namin, bagamat budi kami karapat-dapat ay nangahas kaming sumamo sa inyong proteksyon laban sa COVID-19 virus na siyang dahilan ng pagkamatay ng marami naming mga mamamayan. Idinadasal namin ng mga taong sa ngayon ay patuloy na pinag-aaralan ang COVID-19 virus na ito upang mahinto ang pagkalat nito. Idinadasal din po namin ang mga natuklasan ng mga bakuna na sana naman ito na magpapagaling sa lahat ng mamamayan. Gabayan mo po ang mga kamay ng mga tumutulong sa mga may sakit. Gayon din po ang ating pamahalaan at iba-ibang ahensya na ginagawa ang lahat upang masugpo ang virus na ito. Kawaan mo po ang mga nahawahan na at yung mga namayapa na. Maghari nawa sa lahat ng tao ang mabuting layunin pagkakaisa at pagmamahal upang matulungan ang mga nangangailangan. Ito po ang aming dalangin sa pamamagitan ng inyong anak na si Jesucristo. Siya nawa. Amen. And of course,
Amen.
mga kaibigan, sabi nga, after yung ating prayer, yung una po nating pambungad na awitin. So, take it away, Miles.
Ang unang awitin ay Hahabol-Habol by Bobby Gonzalez, dedicated to Bert when he sing and dance this at the Seattle Between Lions Club Induction Dinner Dance on October 25, 2019, held in Joy Palace in Seattle. Habol-habol!
Huwag mong dalawin, tatabog-tabog. Huwag mong suyuin, ay nagmamaktol. Pag yung iniwan, habol-habol. Mayroong bata akong nililigawan na kung aking pinapanhik ng bahay, nagtatago at ayaw malapitan. Kung may pag-ibig ay di ko malaman, o ang lalaki kung nagliligaw, maluloko siya ng gusto sa buhay. O ang babae pag minamahal, may kursunaday, ayaw-ayaw. Pag panay ang dalaw ay nayayamot. Huwag mong dalawin, tabog-tabog. Huwag mong suyuin, ay nagbabaktol. Pag yung iniwan, habol-habol. Mayroong bata akong nililigawan na kung aking pinapanhik ng bahay, nagtatago at ayaw malapitan. Kung may pag-ibig ay di ko malaman, o ang lalaki kung nagliligaw, maloloko siya ng gusto sa buhay. O ang babae pag minamahal, may kursunaday, ayaw-ayaw. Pag panay ang dalaw ay nayayamot. Huwag mong tatawin, tabog-tabog. Huwag mong suyuin, ay nagmamaktol. Pag yung iniwan, habol-habol. Pag yung iniwan, habol-habol. Habol-habol. Habol-habol.
Yan po ang Hahabol-Habol by Bobby Gonzalez, dedicated to Bert.
Dati, sinasayaw natin yan, kinakanta natin, pero I don't know kung kaya pa natin habang every year na tumatanda tayo. Anyway, we come to the portions of our greetings. Unang-una na yung, kung baka sa ano, quote of the day. Good afternoon, have a beautiful and happy Tuesday. Sabi nga, don't stress yourself out. Things will fall into place. Whatever is not going right, God will turn it around for you when you least expect it. Keep praying, stay positive, and never, never give up. So, with our greetings, umpisa mo na, Miles, yung greetings natin.
Yeah, I'd like to say hello and happy watching to all my friends in Seattle. Unang-una na si Ate Shoni, Bessie Barredo and family, Bobby Abutin, Dolor Exconde Alegrado, Violet Escobel, Rizan Boy Cawagdan, Manina Ferrer, of course, Tony Benton, Chad Anderson, Maria Tatel, Maria Gaspay, Maria Brusu, Nora Salcedo, and Gary Locker, and Alex Cuevas Velasquez, Reynaldo Bermudez in Australia, of course, Amelia Dixon of Crescent Heads, New South Wales, Pat Hall of Toowoomba, and from Lilibet La Chica, Wilhelmina Briones, pamangkin ni Bert, and from Russell Island, Lalat Wern, Maribel Christensen, Presi Colette, Des Del Mundo, Annabel Catubigan, Senny Sawyer, Delia Spur. In the Philippines, of course, a number one listener, Norma Abiod of Eastwood, Quezon City, Philippines, Cora Noses, Beth Lumboy, Lita Evidente, Mary Baclayon of Taguig Rizal, Edith Binaso of Dasol, Pangasinan, Emerald Regino, Quirubino, Antipolo, Rizal, Sita Regino of Antipolo, Rizal, Loida Aguilion del Mundo of Panguno, Rizal, Sixto Jojo Enriquez of Manila, Philippines, Roberto Los Caoili, pamangkin ni Bert from General Santos, and Calamansig, Sultan Kudarat, and Rose Matuo, the Patukan, Iligan City, and lastly, Judith Rasco of Taguig City,
All
Philippines.
right.
Yan po.
Ang dami nating mga listeners sa Pilipinas. Biro mo, nagsasakripisyo sila. Maaga pa, gumigising na. At ikaw
Yeah.
naman, Manny. Your turn.
So
Nanonood
first
si
off,
Mrs.
oo nga, naunahan. First off, I would like to greet my wife, Anne. Thank you again sa iyong pakikinig kahit na I know that you're at work. And of course, hello din po sa ating mga kaibigan na taga FACPS. Kung nakikinig po kayo, alam nyo naman po ang schedule natin every Tuesday. So hopefully, nandiyan kayo at kayo'y sumusubaybay. And of course, ang ating mga kaibigan from AFU, sila Kuya Kiko. I think
He's watching right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, hello. Saka po sa lahat po ng kamag-anak ko taga California, nakikita nyo naman po yung schedule ng stream. Kung hindi man po live, at least napapanood nyo siya after. Of course, yung mga kamag-anak ko rin po na nasa Pilipinas, dahil father ko na lang naman at saka brother ko yung close sa akin doon. And my brother's very active in Facebook, so he knows what's going on. And also, yung aking mga relatives na nasa East Coast. Alam niyo po kung sino kayo. Marami Too many to name talaga Kaya gine-generalize ko na lang. And of course, hello kay Daniel. Hello Kuya Bert at Ate Miles.
Hello,
Okay.
Manny.
Totoo yung sabi mo, Manny. Talagang marami tayong mga dapat batiin na hindi because of time constraint, hindi natin lahat sila mababanggit ang bawat pangalan. Yung mga katulad ng mga Lions na friends natin, mga AFU, yung mga sa PAEP at FACPS. Sa ACRS din, malaking utang na loob natin. Lalo na, for example, kay Jean De Castro. Very important yan. Sila Miguel. At yung mga kaibigan natin, sila Naida Aquario, for example, si June Escabel. Matagal ko na hindi nakikita at hindi naririnig. Maybe we could have him as a guest next time. Yung mga members ng Triad sa Pilipinas, sila Prisco Holigores. At kahit sa Germany, si Madeleine Tulier Moritz, yung kaibigan natin, tulad ni Art Isip. Okay? So next sa ating programa, we will talk briefly about the weather. So yan ang part 3 natin, the weather. At alam nyo naman dito, it has been raining. Aywan ko sa lugar mo, Manny, kung panay bang ulan dyan.
Hindi na ako lumalabas kasi nga ulan ng ulan.
No, so Miles, just so you know, it has been raining, heavy rains. It is non-stop so far. But one thing good about it, there's a lot of snow in the mountain. Now the problem, because like today, it's only 55 degrees, and what happens is that the snow is starting to melt, and you know what that means? Flooding. So, wow, we are actually, getting ready, making sure because of the possible flooding. So, and when you're driving, it's very difficult to drive when it's raining, especially if you're beside behind a big rig. The rooster tails, they call it. Yung mga paganong mahirap na tumingin. It's very dangerous. So, masasabi ko lang, be careful. Those in the flood warnings, you put your sandbags. They're giving out sandbags to prevent all this water going into your property. Okay? So, for that, ingat lang po, especially if you're going over the passes. Okay. Now, yung part 4 natin, announcements po. Announcements. Okay. Unang-una na, I just want to say na hindi ko kayo nakita, Miles at saka Manny, last Friday, January 18th, for the virtual exercise by Mark Bryant. So we had fun. Shoni and I had fun joining the virtual exercise. So I think they will have that always every Friday, 11:30. And also, Miles, I know that Daniel wanted to make sure we make the announcements about the King County NAMI Mental Health Town Hall on Thursday, January 14, right?
At 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Kuya Bert.
6 p.m. Good. At saka
Yeah,
and
and
the other one.
also, yeah, the 39th annual MLK Day celebration march and rally next Monday, January 18 at 11 a.m. Yan po. Don't forget to watch. Yeah, live. Yeah.
11 a.m. January 18. That is Martin Luther King Day. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, also, I would like to say thank you kay Daniel, producer natin, because he gave us some good tips. Nakita ko na ngayon, lahat tayo naka-headset. Hindi ba? At saka,
Yeah.
and what I'm doing now is I have it now by, sabi nga, by parts. Okay? So, with that, I would also make the announcement, yung PAEP FACPS food distribution, tuloy yan every Thursday na. So, ang susunod na Thursday, so what, 14? From 11:30 to 12:30, dyan po sa Community Hall ng Algona. Okay, we will be there to give out to our drive-through clients, mga seniors natin. Okay, ang mga volunteers niyan, of course, si Tom and Donna Fernandez, Manny Panganiban, Peter and Jay Parks, at yours truly, at saka si Shoni. Now, I'm sure na si Manny Panganiban will be there next Thursday kasi ma-olekta siya ng kanyang panalo na taruhan siya.
Ay, ang usapan natin, i-deposit mo na lang yun sa'yo, kaya kita tinatawagan ng Sabado.
Ganun ba?
Oo eh.
I tell you, that was something else. But anyway, good job, Manny, for predicting. And Norbert will take care of that later.
Si Norbert ba?
Mamaya, Norbert will report on it. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
Kuya Bert, when is the next game?
There is no more.
Tayo, di ba?
Wala na
Oh
game.
my God.
After we lost that game, that was done.
That
Kasi
was
ano na
it.
yan eh. Wild card
Okay,
na yan,
next
di ba?
week. Next
sabi
week,
ko
meron
nga-
ako i-dedicate sa'yo kay Norbert. Next week.
Ay, ang inis.
Kaya nga sabi ko, we are drowning our sorrows right now.
Yeah, it's too
Okay.
late. I already sent the playlist.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, part 4 or part 5 is our hot topics. Ito ngayon ang kinakabahan ako kasi. Diyos ko, there are so many fake news out there. So many, in fact. It gets to be too scary. And what I am scared of is, will there be a martial law within this week? Maybe. Okay, because there's so many conspiracy theories. Martial law, civil war, prediction of spiritual leaders, no communication, no internet. Now, I may not believe that it's gonna happen, pero mabuti na yung sabi nga whether it happens or not, ito po ang sinasabi nila, you have to have 2 weeks of food reserved and you should have cash. Kasi daw, the banks will be closed, there will be
Yeah.
no communication, and so many huge things will happen. So we could only say that, I hope nothing disastrous happens, because we have to have faith in God. We have got to have faith in justice. And even if I say that there's a lot of corruption going on, God is the only one who could decide what to do. So, you have any comments there, guys? I just want to ask comments, Will there be a martial law? What do you think? Okay. I don't know, Miles could not be involved with this much, but Manny, share us your 1 or 2 minutes, thoughts.
Opinion. Yeah.
No.
For one thing, if it actually happens, Kuya Bert, mas maraming magkakasakit ng COVID. Bakit
Yeah.
kamo? Kasi lahat ng tao biglang maglalabasan, lahat magpa-panic buying, panic withdrawal, panic kung ano. Dahil mas malala sa lockdown to eh. Ito yung tipong lockdown na pagka lumabas ka po, pwede kang makulong eh. Parang Pilipinas.
Exactly.
So, if it does happen, hopefully it doesn't. Yun nga, maraming magkakasakit. Sigurado na yun. Itaga na natin sa peanut butter, magkakasakit yung mga tao.
That
Tapos
is
ganito
true.
na ang ating immunization, ang ating vaccines is very limited in supply.
Yeah, we will talk about
Dahil
that.
naka-jeta kung sino mga mauuna. So,
Okay.
yun sa akin, sana hindi siya mangyari. Yung sabi ko
And
nga, manahimik na lang, tanggapin na lang eh, tapos na eh.
yeah.
Bakit ba hindi pa matanggap na lang? Better luck next 4 years. Yung ganun ba? Para
That's
lang
true.
lang laro na Seahawks yan, Kuya Bert, di ba? Natalo tayo ngayong wild card. Pero
Masama man loob ko.
at
Okay
least
na.
naging champion pa rin tayo sa division.
Of
Di
course.
ba?
Yeah.
Yun eh. So,
And
better
sabi
luck
nga,
next year.
At tama ka. So, matapos na ito, so maybe Biden, maybe Biden will be inaugurated finally on January 18 or 19. Hopefully nothing happens. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So,
Yeah,
with that,
speaking of Biden, Bert, Manny, I saw in the news that Biden had 2 vaccine injections already.
very good.
Yeah.
And he's still alive, so it
Hindi,
must
round
be
sa
safe.
tayo eh. Round na tayo kasi kahit si Ann merong second round eh, parang 2 dosages ata siya.
Okay,
Is
we'll
she
talk about
okay?
that.
Dalawa ba?
We'll talk
Magkano?
about the COVID later on.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
meantime, let's play the second song.
Yeah. The next song is There's Always Me by Elvis Presley, dedicated to Bert. Yay!
Right.
And you're wondering who to call for a little company. There's always me. If your great romance should end, and you'll often fall, darling, you need never be. There's always me. I don't seem to mind someone playing second fiddle now. Someday you want me, dear, and when that day is here, within my angel control, other loves may come and go, but my love for you will be eternally. Look around and you see there's always me.
Yan po ang There's Always Me by Elvis Presley, dedicated to Kuya Bert and all Elvis fans. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always me. Always me, Kuya Bert on Fil-Am Radio with Manny and Mild Salvador. Okay, now our next part of our broadcast, we concentrate on the COVID-19 virus. Dito na yung mga, sabi nga, opinion ninyo, mga kuro-kuro ninyo. The first thing we have to do is, Miles will give us an update on the global status
Yeah,
of this
Bert
COVID.
and Manny. This is the latest updates of coronavirus from COVID-19 Information Center. In Queensland, Australia, the total cases is 1,278. The daily new cases is 4 as of 2 days ago. And the whole Australia, the total cases is 28,634. And the daily new cases is 20 as of 2 days ago. In Washington, confirmed cases 271,595, and the total deaths is 3,698. The global total cases is 90,711,220. The daily new cases is 600,176 as of 2 days ago. And the global confirmed cases is 90,343,519. The total deaths is 1,936,133. And the total recovered is 50,063,504. China sees biggest daily increase in COVID-19 cases in over 5 months on Sunday. U.S. records 100,000 hospitalization 40 days in a row. Ireland reports more cases in last 2 weeks than first 8 months of pandemic. And Algeria becomes first African country to register Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine for use. Yan po ang latest coronavirus from COVID-19 Information Center.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Kuya Bert, idagdag ko pa, we had lockdown again in Brisbane for 5 days. So everybody is panicking. All the toilet papers, and all the supplies. Would you believe they're all gone?
Oh my
In
God.
Brisbane? Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
Okay, well, I could imagine how difficult it is, you know. Kailangan lang magbago na kayo. Gumamit na kayo ng tabo, sabi nga.
Oo nga. Tabot sabon.
Bakit? Sa mga Filipino, hindi problema yung yung mga
Yeah.
toilet paper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pero
Well,
Kuya Bert, I don't think na meron tayong problema dyan sa county nyo. Di ba nasa King County kayo? Parang kami dito sa Pierce ang laging may issue eh.
Bakit nga ba?
Hindi ko nga rin alam eh. Kasi yung toilet paper namin ang galing sa Thurston County dahil doon may available. So doon bumili yung sister-in-law ko. Sabi niya marami daw doon sa kanila eh. Tapos yung mga nababalitaan ko sa yung mga kaibigan namin na sa King County na dyan sa may bumibili sa bandang King County na Costco eh. Marami din daw toilet paper sa kanila.
Kahit sa grocery outlet, ang dami.
Eh, ibig sabihin, dito lang sa amin yung may problema talaga.
Yeah, I don't
Yung
know.
mga taga-Pierce.
Sa Australia, mukhang problema pa.
Problema rin daw.
Kailangan maturuan sila paggamit ng tabo.
Oo nga eh.
Yeah.
So anyway, you have heard that even Russia, they have the Sputnik 19 ba yung bago nilang vaccine? Ang Chinese, meron din silang
wala raw kwenta sa China.
Yeah.
Wala raw kwenta sa China. Kasi daw 50% lang ang efficacy nung vaccine.
Pero ito, I was listening to some broadcast from the Philippines. Alam mo ba, lahat ng mga Chinese nationals nabakunahan na without the government knowing about it. Ngayon, iniimbestiga nila yun. Sino nag-approve? Bakit ganon?
Eh, paano kung binigyan sila nung nagpadala ang China sa Pilipinas, tapos ang inuna yung mga Chinese nationals. Pero 50% lang daw efficacy noon. So, ibig sabihin, hindi natin alam kung ilang shots ang dapat mong i-take bago ka fully vaccinated.
We always ask, is it safe? I know Anne has taken the first dose. Okay naman daw siya. You know? Pero katulad ko si Manny na medyo kinakabahan pa rin ako.
Hindi ako, takot ako sa karayom. Ilabas ko ako dyan. Hindi ako hindi tayo para sa edad.
But they keep saying na it's very safe daw. Ngayon, sabi mo nga si Biden has got 2 shots already.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hope it's for real, no? Hindi yung Ano-ano lang, ha?
Media gimmick.
Oo, hindi, ha?
That's right, yeah.
Well, I wish him good luck, good health. Minsan yung mga media, may picture lang, hindi mo alam kung tinurok talaga. Gusto ko makita yung video talaga. Na kasama ng mukha, hindi lang yung kamay lang. Right?
O Kuya Bert, bago tayo makasarapan, malapit na ang ating first break.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bago tayo magkasarapan.
All right, very good. Okay. Let's have our news break right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Daniel.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not being reprimanded by traffic cops, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
This is the news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
A violent mob loyal to President Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to overturn the U.S. election for the presidential election. The nation's elected representatives scrambled to crouch under desks and donned gas masks, while police futilely tried to barricade the building, one of the most intense scenes ever to unfold in a seat of American political power. A woman was shot and killed inside the Capitol building, and Washington's mayor instituted an evening curfew in an attempt to contain the violence, AP reports. Tensions were already running high when lawmakers gathered for the constitutionally mandated counting of electoral college results, in which Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump 306 to 232. The president sent those tensions over the edge immediately prior by urging his supporters to march to the Capitol during an appearance at a rally outside of the White House.
And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Sergio LaCour's Love Lines is on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Thursday nights at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Music and dedications for the grown and sexy.
Thursday, January 14th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Make sure and tune in to Rainier Avenue Radio. King County and NAMI present the Mental Health Awareness Special Program. Look, you deserve to be heard and understood. And just saying it's hard to navigate this world is an understatement. Council member Zahi Lai and National Alliance on Mental Illness Seattle are hosting a live town hall next Thursday, the 14th, 6 to 7, coming up with panelists from King County, Black mental health experts, learn about resources, ask questions, and let your voice be heard. You can listen right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. You can watch on Facebook. You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Twitch. Let's come together and support each other again Thursday, 6 to 7:30, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, the National Alliance on Mental Illness Seattle, hosted by King County Council member Mai Zahi Lai. Let your voice be heard.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check us out on social media. Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Av Radio.
At balik po tayo sa ating programa, Fil-Am Radyo. Ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili.
Ito po si Miles Salvador. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood.
I can hear you, Manny.
Sorry. Ito naman po si Manny Panganiban. Maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong pagtangkilik.
Okay, ang ating portion ngayon is the guest portion. However, wala po tayong guest ngayon, but I have some information as a result of my invitation regarding the Filipino Community Village. So if you remember, some people were asking, ano ba yung building na ginagawa sa likod ng Filipino Community Center? What is it all about? And I contacted si Attorney Mimi Castillo, who is now retired. And through her kindness, she recommended that I talk to Agnes Navarro. And she gave me the email. And thank you to Agnes because she was able to answer some of the questions. Unfortunately, she could not be our guest virtually kasi daw meron siyang mga previous commitment na on Tuesday afternoon. So, nonetheless, she took the time also to respond to some of the questions that I have asked. So, let's start now with the Q&A. Sabi ko, what is the village is all about? What is it all about? Sabi niya, the project is called Filipino Community Village. It is a 94 units affordable housing for seniors. And I asked him about the people involved in the project and their role, including herself. And sabi niya, this is a project of the Filipino Community of Seattle. Our organization partnered with a developer, Beacon Development, who helped us raise the funds for this project. Ms. Alma Kern and Velma Veloria were the two co-chairpersons who led the capital campaign for this project. Roluda Architects are the architects we hired, and Marpac Construction is doing the construction of the village. I, as the executive director of FCS, and Edwin Obras, president of FCS, are responsible to make sure that this project gets completed on time. So I asked, what they give us a description of the village, like number of floors, number of retail spaces, etc. Sabi niya, there are 5 floors with 94 units for affordable housing for seniors and 1 unit for the manager. There are no retail or commercial space. Oh, I will repeat that. There are no retail or commercial space. The first floor is going to be the FCS Innovation Learning Center. It will focus on youth education with emphasis on the STEAM program. It will also teach our seniors on how to use technology. Wow, that's really great. And I
Yeah.
asked for the cost of the project and anticipated rental costs. The project costs about 35 million, or it should be 35,000. Anyway, see flyer for rental cost, 35 million, might be correct. Yes. And as far as, I'll just give you an idea for a unit mix, like studio, 30% will be 10, 1 bedroom there will be 13, and the manager will be totals of 23 units, a total of 95. And the rentals can be from 595 for a studio to 637 for a 1 bedroom. So, and there's a lot more information in which I don't have the time to read. But if you need that information, please feel free to let us know. Okay, as far as the application, it will be processed on first come, first served basis. Okay, and we'll give you information if you are interested, because there are numbers in here that you could call. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then I ask, what about parking? Will it be underground? Will there be street parking? And the response is there are no parking available for the affordable housing. There are parking spaces in the building, but they are for visitors only. So I ask also, how does it complement the FCC, the Filipino Community Center? And the response, it will provide housing for some of our qualified seniors, which is part of our senior program. And the current status of the project, it is still under construction, but fully funded already. Wow, that's pretty good. 35 million fully funded already. And for the application process, it says applications are now available. And I said, we'll give you information on who to contact and, those things. And the projected completion date is June 2021. So that's just barely 6 months away, and that's a great, project that will be completed this year. And that will be something that we could be very proud of, a Filipino Community Village here in Seattle, Washington. So I just want to say thank you, kay Mimi. Thank you, kay Agnes Navarro for that information. Okay, and if you need more information, I will give you all the contacts that you need just by calling me, letting me know for this wonderful project. Okay. Now, I don't know if Norbert is in the waiting room or if he's in already. If he's
Sumama,
not, huh?
sumama ang loob. Tulad
So,
mo.
my love,
So if not,
drowning in
Wala
sorrow.
daw.
What?
Norbert's not here yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with that, let's go to the birthdays. Yeah,
Yes, Kuya
birthdays.
Bert. Yeah.
Okay. I said before that there are 187 birthday celebrants.
Ang dami niyan.
187 in January alone. Okay.
Yeah.
So for today, January 12, I'm just going to read one or two of this. We have Jovi Loretta Ron Angeles, my good friend, who turned 71 this year, and Carmen Basubas, 69 years old. And the recent birthday celebrants, we'll just go quickly on this one. January 5, Estrelita de la Peña, Mel Fernandez, let's see, Hilary Butler, Rene Nasab, Amy Fisher, Jeff Rice, and David Medrano. January 6, we had Crisma Castillo, Diana Toledo, Ronald Antonio. And then on January 7, my grandniece, Kay Dew, Manena Ginup, and Dr. Philip Buenvenida. January 8, Maricres Valdez Castro, Rino Rabang, our past Seattle Between Lions president. On January 9, Mama Blue, as many of you know, Mama Blue, a great ultimate Seahawks supporter. Ray Neng and Scott Morgan. January 10, Evaristo Etafo, Norma Taylor, Lou Vargas, Brian Rossetti, Joel Durias. A lot of people know these wonderful individuals. And upcoming, because now it's 12, upcoming means tomorrow and on until next Monday. Brian Myers, January 13, January 14, Roberto Bakiran, and Sara Mayor. She's a singer with a band. January 15, Fortunato Di Mayuga. I call him Tato. Congratulations, Tato. Roderico Francisco, who is the son of my good friend, Pinky Buensuceso. On January 16, we have Jim Brozo, the husband of Marie. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jim. January 17, Minda Pacheco Tabora. And January 18, Linda Quintero Fernandez, Priscilla Ray, and Baday Nunez. So if you have any birthday celebrants that you know of, okay, Miles, go ahead.
Yeah, Bert. The recent one is Chris Bullock Polinar Gambe of Australia, Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. January 6th, Solis Hartian of Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, January 7. Elizabeth Sumanglumboy of Quezon City, Philippines, January 8. Amelia Piminto and Dixon of Crescent Heads, New South Wales, Australia, January 10. And for the recent one, Maria Carey Reyes Sicayo of Bagong Silangan, Quezon City, Philippines, January 13. Pamangkin ko siya. Rondon Tenorio of Dalby, Queensland, Australia, January 13. Myla Lobos Danmil of Clifton, Queensland, Australia, January 14. Jacqueline Lucero of Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, January 14. And Rafi Lazaro of Southport, Queensland, Australia, January 14. Robbie San Andres of Bagong Silangan, Philippines, January 14. And lastly, Priscilla Colette, one of our avid listeners, Gilbert, from Lamb Island, Queensland, Australia, on January 17. She's turning 70. Happy birthday, Priscilla. Happy birthday to all of you.
How about you, Manny? Any birthday greetings?
Meron. I actually wanted to say belated happy birthday para doon sa aking pamangkin, si Sofia Janae, which celebrated her birthday on the 9th. So Saturday on. And then I got 2 upcoming birthdays for next week, just in case na, maibig tayo. Gusto kong batiin yung auntie ko, si Auntie Aye. Magbe-birthday siya on the 19th, which is yung next broadcast natin. Tapos, gusto ko rin batiin yung kapatid ko na nasa Philippines na nag-iisa, yung aking mabait na kuya, Si Kuya Joe, magbe-birthday naman siya on the 20th ng January. So, meron ako yun. Yun yung tatlo ko.
Okay. Pwede natin ulitin yan.
Pwede natin ulitin
yan.
next week. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, Miles, take it away for our birthday song.
This song is lovingly dedicated to all birthday celebrants. Happy birthday song by Giovanni. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yan po ang happy birthday song dedicated to all birthday celebrants.
Happy birthday sa inyong lahat. Okay, now we go to our 10th part of the program, Lions News. Okay, here we go. Just be reminded, Lions Zone 19B15 zone meeting will be on Tuesday, January 12. That's today. 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. So, huwag niyo pong kalilimutan yung link po natin. Just make sure that you have your Zoom link. You know, checkin po ninyo yung invitation ng zone chair. So that all you have to do is just click on the link. Okay, nandun yung password, nandun yung, of course, yung ID, meeting ID. All right? So don't forget. And also, reminder again for the Certified Guiding Lions Learning Program. It is a virtual learning event and it will be on January 16. Malapit na, January 16. Pero ang deadline po nito, that's what's very important, is January 13, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow po. You have to reserve your seat by emailing Ann Smars. Ito po ang email niya, t.smars@att.net. Okay? And this is sponsored by the Global Area Team Leaders. Huwag niyo pong kalilimutan. And as a reminder, every first Wednesday of the month, ang next meeting yan, of course, next Monday will be already on the next Wednesday, actually. That will be on February already. Okay? And also, every third Tuesday, ang next meeting natin is on January 19, ang PAEP. PAEP virtual Zoom meeting, and Manny will make sure that we'll get the proper reminder on time. So, our
Si Norb Cam, nandyan ako, Bert.
Huh?
Si Norb,
yeah, okay. Norb Cam is now. So
Hi, Norbert.
Hi, Ate Miles. Hi, Kuya Manny. Hi, Dad.
Well, we thought that you were drowning your sorrow
Is
That
still
would not be coming
breathing.
today. Anyway,
Well,
Norb,
there was a little bit of that. I was actually just coming back from a dentist appointment. Had to get my pearly whites, make sure they're all clean and everything. But I
Yeah.
made it here, so no, I'm doing all right. It's a sad week in the world of Seattle sports for sure. As most of you probably already know, the Seattle Seahawks lost on Saturday to the rival Los Angeles Rams, 30-20, in a very ugly, disappointing game where we probably had our worst loss of the year on that game, and a bad time to have your worst loss when you're just starting the playoffs. And so I think many of us felt that this was going to be a start of a long run, at least one more game after this, and unfortunately we got cut short. So we'll have to look to next year to see if we can do it all over again. But for the time being, now there's just a lot of questions about the offseason. Which players will they keep? Which players will they have to let go? What players will they try to get in the draft? Maybe try to get from other teams. But news today was that the general manager, John Schneider, was just announced that the Seahawks have extended his contract to the draft of 2027. So John Schneider will be the general manager of the Seattle Seahawks for at least another 6 years. So Pete Carroll and John Schneider, the two main architects of this team, will be here in the foreseeable future for at least the next half a decade. So if you don't like John Schneider and Pete Carroll, well, you're going to be very disappointed for at least a few more years, because they will be a duo. But I think they're still a good duo. John Schneider, their manager, made a lot of really great moves during the season, acquiring players like Carlos Dunlap, who was a huge addition to the team. Jamal Adams, I think, was a worthwhile pick, and hopefully they can get things worked out for him long term. But all that said, sometimes it's just not enough to win a championship. So hopefully next year they'll be able to put it all together and correct some things. But that's obviously a disappointing week in Seattle sports.
that's why they were wondering. Manny and Matt was wondering whether you're gonna show up.
Still breathing. Yeah.
No, I said I would be here. It took about a day to get over it. Then after that, I was like, okay, all right, I can move on with this now. Got my tears and my frustrations and my anger out of the way.
There you go.
All right.
Life goes on.
Life
Yeah.
goes on indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, but stick around, Norb, because stay there till the end of the program.
Oh yeah, I will.
Because we'll be. I hope you, in the meantime, get ready for some of your jokes and whatever inspirations. But for now, on our part, let's go to financial advice. Let's broadcast. Manny, as usual, gives a lot of wonderful advice. So, Manny, it's your show. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Kuya Bert. So, now that it's 2021, ang gusto ko sanang i-touch base is yung pagbabayad natin ng mga utang. Of course, meron tayong mga na-accumulate na bagong utang during 2020, kahit na naka-lockdown tayo. Of course, still magpapasko tayo, marami tayong reregaluhan. Doon na marami na rin nag-sale na gamit because of that. So now what I wanted to touch base is some tips on how you could pay down yung mga utang na nagawa natin past 2020. Okay, number 1. Put a warning label on your credit card. Warning label daw, Kuya Bert.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Lalagyan mo ng warning label. Like a good example, it's kind of funny. Lagyan mo siya ng caution, may be hazardous to your health. Yeah, parang mga karton ng sigarilyo
Hazard to your pocket.
Yeah. O kaya lagyan mo na lang siya ng something serious like, think before you charge. Yun man lang.
Yeah.
Like a small
Yeah.
note.
Yeah.
Para bago mo isiping, oy, kailangan ko to, or talaga nga bang kailangan mo. Diba? Kasi
Yeah.
iba gusto
Yeah.
lang eh. Ngayon, pangalawang advice or pangalawang tip is to avoid budget busting spending. Pagka sinabi nating budget busting, yung alam mong offshoot sa budget mo, hindi mo naman talaga kayang bayaran at that point in time, pero still gusto mong bilhin. So, you ended up using your credit card, lumagpas ka sa budget sa credit card, kung ang budget mo ay 100 lang, pagkatapos yung nakita mong item ay 500, dahil alam mong nandun yung credit limit, inarya mo. Okay? So, mali yun. Nang sabi you have to identify opportunities to control cost and increase savings. Okay? Ngayon, ang susunod po nating tip is to prioritize debt repayment. Pagka po sinabi nating prioritize debt repayment, wag muna tayong gumawa ng utang this year. Ang bigyan po natin ng priority is magbayad. Gumawa po tayo ng plano kung paano natin mapapabilis ang pagbabayad ng mga utang. Like ang sabi nga nila, dalawang klase yung techniques na ginagamit. Meron tayong avalanche method at meron din tayong snowball method. Parehas siyang galing sa snow, pero magkaiba yung methodology. Meron po yung mga pros and cons, and I would probably touch base on that sa susunod po nating broadcast. Ngayon, ang susunod pong tip is to consolidate. Ngayon, yung consolidation ng debt, maganda ho yan kung sa palagay nyo is consolidating it will not really impact your credit. Kasi iba, kaya magaganda mga kredito, magaganda interest rate dahil maganda credit. Pero pagka dumami na po utang natin, minsan po mahirap ng bayaran. So bigla nating iisipin mag-consolidate. Pagka po consolidation ang iniisip nyo, I would recommend to approach a financial professional for that. Kasi po they work with several. Katulad po ako, I work with several companies na nag-handle ng consolidations. Pero hindi po siya yung nakakasira sa kredito ng tao. Ngayon, dalawa na lang. Ang sumunod na tip is take advantage of 0% credit cards. Alam ko po, bihirang-bihira mangyari yung magkaroon tayo ng offer na 0% APR sa isang taon. Yun po ay usually ino-offer sa mga magaganda na kredito. Pero meron pong slight chance na pagka may dumating na offer sa inyo, kahit po hindi ganun kagandahan ang inyong credit, binibigyan kayo ng 0% for 1 year.
Oo.
Okay? So yung mga 0% na yun, maganda yun para mag-transfer balance kayo. Pero of course po, kailangan pag-aralan nyo pa rin kung kaya nyo bayaran yung ita-transfer nyo within 1 year. Yun din po alalahanin nyo. Kasi pagka hindi nyo nabayaran yun, baka mamaya yung 0% na yun sa sumunod na taon, 30%. Diba? So pag-aaralan nyo po mabuti yun. Ngayon, ang pinakahuli, kung hindi nyo po kayang bayaran lahat ng cards nyo or lahat ng utang nyo dyan sa current yung trabaho, start a side hustle. Pagka po sinabi natin side hustle, hindi naman po yung magbenta kayo ng drugs sa tabi-tabi. Ang ano po niyan tumingin po kayo ng kung ano yung po pwede nyong i-part-time while po nagtatrabaho kayong full-time. Kasi po hindi naman po lahat ng tao na nakikinig sa amin ng mga nurses na ang trabaho 2-3 sa isang linggo na iba-iba ang rate. Meron po tayo dyan ang mga nagtatrabaho, yung iba receptionist lang, yung iba po nagtatrabahong kusinero, yung iba po nagtatrabaho lang sa bangko na, hindi rin naman po ganun kalakihan ng sahod. So, ang side hustle po pagka sinabing ganun, yung kaya nyong gawin ng mga at least 3 oras sa isang araw or magawa nyo ng Sabado at Linggo, yung weekend kayo. So, yun.
So, part-time.
Part-time, opo. Para po magkaroon kayo ng income diversification. Yun po yung tawag nila doon. Para hindi kayo nakatali sa iisang industriya. Para po pagka naging masama lagay sa trabaho, alam mong yung side hustle mo po pwedeng mag-grow into a permanent stint. Yun. So, yun po ang ating tips for today.
Wow, wonderful.
Thank you, Manny.
Uulitin ko, Manny, yung main points lang. Dahil marami tayong mga listeners na maaaring hindi naintindihan sa Tagalog. So anyway, those are wonderful tips. So just to go through quickly, tip number 1, put a warning label on your credit card.
Yeah.
So that when you see it says, "Oh, hey, don't spend me, don't spend me." Number 2 is avoid budget busting.
Spending.
So meaning, this reminds me, ang misis ko, pag hindi 50% ang discount, she will not buy it. Now, ako, I am prone to wanting new toys. If I want it, if I see that I like it, I buy it anyway. Much to Shawnee saying, no, don't do it. Number 3, prioritize debt payments. Make plan. So what you have to pay or what. Consolidate the debt. Approach professionals. Alam mo, Manny, I always see on TV there are a lot of debt consolidators, then they say in about 4 years or 2 years,
Yeah.
for 2 years now, you will be free, debt free. I don't know how they do it,
Totoo.
but you have to have at
Totoo.
least 10,000. It
Yeah,
has
yun
to
ang
be
inaano nila.
10,000.
Para maging worthwhile na makuha nila yung yung magandang rate sa market. Usually ganun ang hinihingi nila, kailangan minimum of 10,000 ang utang mo. Ngayon, the only thing with that is, like I said, kailangan mong tignan yan with more of a keen eye kasi yung iba, debt consolidation pero wala ka ng credit card. Kumbaga kukunin nila lahat ng cards mo, isasarado ng lahat yung account, so wala ka ng card, so nawalan ka ng option. Yung iba naman, debt consolidation, pero it would end up destroying your credit kasi para ka na ring nag-bankruptcy. Di ba? Kaya kailangan tignan mo ng matimtiman din yun. If you're planning to go through with it, you ask several, like, ang dami namang financial professionals dyan na they work with several companies na alamin nyo, maging mas maano kayo, yung maburiri ba sa Tagalog.
You have to really analyze.
Yeah.
Number 5 is the 0% credit, And I don't know if there are any credit card company. I know that there is no annual fee for Discover cards.
Yeah,
they say.
tinanggal na nila yung annual fee pero meron pa rin credit cards, Kuya Bert, na nag-o-offer ng 0 na APR. Yun nga lang, pagkatapos ng 0 sa isang taon, biglang susuntok ng 30.
Yes.
So parang, binaril mo rin yung sarili mo sa paa.
So many times we get this, I get a lot of these checks that they tell you to use it, And then
balance transfers.
Yeah, balance transfers. And if you do that, if you don't pay that at a certain date, then the interest really, occurs. And then number 6 and final one is look for a part-time job that you could do to kind of reinforce your income. So, any thoughts on that? Let's start with hey Norb. You got all these tips. I know you and I, we're almost like like Anne said. Anne just tweeted here or showed it. He says, you buy it and then ask for forgiveness later. I love it. Yeah, buy now and ask for forgiveness later. So what do you think, Norb?
Norb, you're muted. Norb, you need to unmute. Norb.
Hey, Norb, unmute.
Unmute.
Unmute si Norbert is unmute.
Sorry about
that.
Okay.
I think for me, I'm generally kind of a cheap guy. I generally try to get things, when they're on sale, or wait to buy something, or if there's some way I can get something for no cost, like on the internet, I always try to find the way to get the free program or the free plugin that I don't have to pay something for, unless it's something that I really feel is necessary, or sometimes there is that thing, you get what you pay for. So sometimes you get the cheapest thing and it's not necessarily the best quality, and you end up buying more because it keeps breaking or it's just not very good. So sometimes you do have to get something when it's a quality item. There is something to be said that if you really know what you're looking for and there's something worth the money that you pay for, if you've done your research, then sometimes something is worth spending to get a quality item. But for the most part, try to be as efficient with the money as possible. I have used some of those 0% deals before, and you have to be very careful. Like you said, I've searched around. I found ones that are 0% and zero balance transfers. I've used that to kind of just help spread some things out, and I just had to make sure I'd pay on time and pay the balance in full by the 18 months or the 12 months, whatever it is. And if you do that, it's kind of like getting sort of a free spreading out the costs over time. But if you mess up and forget a payment or don't pay it off in full, then they'll hit you with all the interest that would have accrued from the time that you got it, and that's no good. So it does take some discipline and making sure you stay on top of it. But there are out there. They're a little bit hard to find, but you got to look carefully.
What about you, Miles? What can you add to these good tips?
Well, to be honest with you, Bert, Norbert, and Manny, I used to have 5 credit cards. I cut them all. Oh no, I still got one, but it's a debit credit card. When I purchase something from online, so I can only use what the money is in there. It's not a credit card; it's a debit card.
Oh, good.
No, I avoid that, my God, because I'm impulsive buyer.
But you know, the bad
Yeah.
part about that is you do not have the luxury of the few days that you could get, for free, basically, until as long as you pay your credit card on time, the full amount.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
best that we all can do. Hindi ba, Manny?
Well, pwede mong gawin na ganun na you pay the full amount pero it
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of actually running a credit card. Kasi ang
Yeah,
gusto mo
yeah.
sa credit card is to build your credit, especially here in the United States. Kailangan natin yun eh. So,
No, that's
ang ano
true.
nun is like, kung you spend $100, you spread out that $100 into 2 payments. Hindi yung biglain mo. Okay? So, Kuya Bert, break.
I think we miss our news break. Is that it? All right,
Yes.
let's do it now. Sorry, Danielle.
That World is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at RainierAvenueRadio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
This is the news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
The sudden arrest of dozens of pro-democracy activists in Hong Kong in the most sweeping use of a new national security law to date is a clear sign of Beijing's determination to rein in political opposition in the former British colony. The roundup will likely further chill an already dwindling protest movement in the semi-autonomous Chinese territory, AP reports. Police detained about 50 people, far more than in previous cases under the 6-month-old national security law. Those targeted appeared to include all candidates who had run in an unofficial opposition primary last year ahead of an expected election for Hong Kong's legislator. City leader Carrie Lam later scrapped the election, citing the coronavirus pandemic. Security Secretary John Lee said those arrested were suspected of trying to gain control of the legislator to paralyze government businesses.
And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Join Rainier Avenue Radio from 5 to midnight for Sunday evening sound sessions. Jazz from the cabinets from Big Poppy.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Sergio LaCour's Love Lines.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Going to the phone line. Tell her who we talking to.
Sage Prince, Just My Opinion.
This is Sage, and that's just about going to do it for the first half of Just My Opinion.
K-Fox Nightbeat with Nasty Ness Rodriguez.
The beat of the Fox. K-Fox Nightbeat, Nasty Ness.
You know what? You're going to listen from 5 to midnight. Just turn it on and don't stop. DJ Alibaba. The Underground Surround Sound Star Time with Paul Pearson.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pearson.
Sunday
And
evening
this is
sound
Star
sessions on Rainier Avenue Radio. Trust me, you'll be listening the entire time from 5 to midnight. Sunday evening, your sound session on Rainier Avenue Radio.
At ito ang dapat ninyong gawin at sundin upang hindi nyo mahawahan ang ibang tao ng COVID-19 virus. Number 1, huwag lumabas ng bahay maliban na lang kung kailangan ninyo ng pagkain, gamot o makipagkita sa doktor. Number 2, iwasan ang malalaking tipunan o salo-salo tulad ng birthday, kasal, simbahan, sayawan at iba pa. Number 3, kung lalabas kayo ng bahay, lumayo kayo ng 6 na pie, 6 feet, mula sa taong katabi ninyo. Ito ang tinatawag na social distancing. Pang-apat, gumamit kayo ng panyo o takpan ng bibig kung babahin o uubo upang hindi kumalat ang mikrobyo. Kung kailangan pa ninyo ibang impormasyon, tawagan lamang ang Seattle King County Public Health sa teleponong 206-477-3977. Salamat po.
Would you like to see when your favorite Rainier Avenue Radio show comes on? Check out our show schedule, updated weekly at RainierAvenueRadio.world.
At balik po tayo sa ating programa, Fil-Am Radyo. And with that, Miles, before we move on to our jokes and inspirations, let's play the second to the last song.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish
The next song to Bert is Love is in the Air by John Paul Young, requested by Pressy Colette of Lamb Island, Queensland, Australia. Happy birthday for January 17. Love is in the air. Thank you. Hello, Vicky Nevado. She's watching right now.
In the thunder of the sea, and I don't know if I'm just dreaming, don't know if I feel safe, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when you call out my name. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Oh.
What happened? You're off the air.
It's playing. It's playing, Miles.
Love is in the air. In the rising of the sun. Love is in the air. When the day is nearly done. And I don't know if you're illusion, don't know if I see it true, but you're something that I must believe in, and you're there when I reach out for you. Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Oh, 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 oh,
Yan po ang Love is in the Air by John Paul Young, requested by Pressy Colette of Lamb Island, Queensland, Australia.
All right. Thank you, Miles. Now we go to the portion of our jokes. Okay, I'll start with this. You know, if you want your marriage to last like ours, hey, 54 years, I guess this is the reason. If you want to change the world, do it when you are a bachelor. After marriage, you can't even change a TV channel. Number two, listening to a wife is like reading the terms and conditions of website. You understand nothing, still you agree. Number three, chess is the only game in the world which reflects the status of the husband. The poor king can take only one step at a time, while the mighty queen can do whatever she likes. And finally, all men are brave. Horror movies don't scare them. But 5 missed calls from the wife surely does. All right. I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, anybody would like to share a joke?
All right, I've got one here.
Okay, go ahead, Norb.
Okay, this was kind of a military themed one.
Oh.
So, all right, so a United States Marine was deployed to Afghanistan, and while he was there, he received a Dear John letter from his girlfriend. In the letter, she explained that she had slept with 2 guys while he had been gone, and she wanted to break up with him. To add injury to the insult, she said she wanted back the picture of herself that she had given him. So the Marine did what any squared-away Marine would do. He went around to his buddies, collected all the unwanted photos of women he could find. In all, he got more than 25 pictures of various women, some with clothes and some without. He then mailed them to his now former girlfriend with the following note: "I don't remember which one you are. Please remove your picture and send the rest back."
Oh, that was good.
So, just a little way of getting even.
That's great. How about you, Manny? You have a joke?
Meron ako dalawang puns. It's not really a long joke. So
Yeah.
this one is with regards to having New Year's resolution.
Okay.
So my New Year's resolution is to break my New Year's resolutions. That way, I succeed at something. Ano? Tapos ito, second one. I would lose weight for my New Year's resolution. Problem is, I hate losing. Right? So,
All right,
yun.
Miles. Finally, you. You have anything, Miles? Uh-oh.
May delay.
Miles is again delayed.
Delayed.
Hey, Miles. Uh-oh. I noticed that when we were playing the song, she was really delayed. Hey, Miles, can you hear us, Miles? Are you muted?
No, she's not muted.
I think she's
I
delayed.
think her thing is delayed.
Because she's laughing
Again?
from a joke we told like a minute
Yeah.
ago.
I think she's
know.
watching it on Facebook.
You must be. Anyway, without that,
I
let's
got no
go.
joke, Bert. I got green. I got jokes, but it's green ones. We can say it on the air.
Okay.
Yan ang joke ni Mrs. Don't quit my day job.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Mic drop.
Part of our
Yeah,
program
Bert.
is inspirations. I think we'll start with Miles. Miles,
You're cutting off.
oh my gosh. I don't think so. Okay, this is the one from my
I
friend.
got no jokes. It's green one, so I can't say it on the air.
Oh my gosh, it's delayed.
She is
Time
delayed.
warp.
Oh no.
Oh, God, what's happening, Manny? Will you
You're
contact her?
staggering. I can't understand you.
Uh-oh.
The internet. I think it's the internet now because she's using a tablet now, so it's the internet.
I see. Okay, from Frisco, Ligares of the Philippines, he says, you never realize how lonely you are until it's the end of the day and you get a bunch of things to talk about and no one to talk to. Okay. How about you, Norb? You got any inspiration? Like stay the course, like Russell Williams.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get away from the football analogy since I'm still in mourning over the Seahawks a little bit here. But this is a good one. I found this quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a writer. He says, "One ought every day at least to hear a little song, read a good poem, see a fine picture, and if it were possible, to speak a few reasonable words." You know, and those are just small things, but sometimes I think we get so busy we don't take the time to listen to a little music or read a poem. And what's kind of nice about this show, you get a little bit of everything, right? We hear a little song, we read a good poem or maybe a good joke or a bad joke. We see some pictures and we speak a few reasonable words. So right here, we accomplish some of those daily goals just
And
through a show
we
like
laugh,
this.
we smile when the Miles says lagging behind. I don't know what happened to her now. I don't see her.
She
Miles is
disappeared.
just smiling, it says.
Yeah. So
And
she was lagging.
She's going into the space-time continuum. She's trying to get back to our real time. She was in the past, and now she's trying to catch up to real time. And she's time
Oh my
time travel
God.
right now.
Any more?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
This one is on following your dreams. So it is often easier to make progress on mega ambitious dreams.
Mhm.
Since no one else is crazy enough to do it, you have little competition.
That's good.
Well, here's
Okay.
one more on that
All right,
line.
go
Just a
ahead,
little-
go ahead.
A little something about how to live your life. It's simple. So you never go wrong when you take the high road because it's less crowded up there. That's by Gail King, journalist. And it's easier said than done, right? Sometimes taking the high road means doing the more difficult thing or doing the one that is, you know, it's just a harder road to take, but it's the correct road. Sometimes doing the right thing is hard, but
Yeah.
you'll always be better for it if you do.
But I think everybody should be doing the right thing.
It's
Everybody
so easy
should be
to do
taking
the
the
wrong
high
thing
road.
sometimes. It's so
Sometimes.
easy to do the wrong thing, though, right?
It's the exact same reason why learning new languages, it's easier to learn new languages if they're the vulgar ones.
It's more fun. It's more fun that way, right?
That's exactly right, because we always people who don't know the language, like some friends of ours, the first thing that we try to teach them Tagalog are the bad words.
That's the first thing I learned from you, Dad. All the bad words. Mostly when I got in trouble. I didn't know how to say anything proper, but I knew the bad words, that's for sure.
Oh boy, time is really going fast. But let's do the next one is the health tips. Okay, I'll start by saying there's a lot of things you can do with vinegar. You know, 1.82 bottle of vinegar will detoxify your produce, clean your house, and make your hair shine. A 59-cent pound of bananas will boost your energy, lower heart disease risk, and whiten your teeth. A 50% buck of baking soda can freshen your breath. But did you know it can also make a meat fork tender? And I also learned if you're boiling eggs, put a spoonful or teaspoonful of baking soda, and the shells will be easier to remove. So, your turn, guys. Who wants to start? Oh, Miles is back here.
Miles has returned from the past.
I don't know what's happening with this tablet. Are we on health tips, Bert?
Yes. Oh,
yeah. See, she returned from the past. Our time traveler from Australia has returned, Ate Miles.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Improve your diet to make it to 100. Well, Mama Blue is 90, will be 100. Okay. The saying goes, you are what you eat. Here are a few of the common foods which are available at American mainstream grocery stores. First, legumes, especially chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans. Eggs, goat and sheep milk and cheese. Almonds, a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains like brown rice and oatmeal, a small amount of fish or other lean meats, herbs and spices like turmeric, fennel, and garlic, green tea, soy milk, and red wine. So if you want to make it to 100, take these tips.
All right. Good advice. Anybody else? Manny, you do have one? Health tips?
Wala akong health tips. Hindi ako healthy.
Norbert? Any health tips?
I guess what I would say is one thing I'm trying to stay with, it's not really a New Year's resolution, but rather trying to stay on the commitment. Because over this past year, I've started working out with my girls since they were always training for volleyball, but I've started kind of doing their workout with them. And it's really hard at my age now because I'm not like I was when I was 20 and it was easy. It's a lot harder now, but it's been good for me. But I know that every time it's easy to find an excuse not to do it. Whether it's because, I'm busy or I have the other things to do. Or there are some days I just don't want to do it because I don't feel like, I got to get tired and sweaty today. Do I really want to do that? But whenever we do it, though, you always feel better afterwards. And you feel stronger. You feel more energized and refreshed. So I think whether it's just to go out for a walk or, just to get some fresh air or do a few of those little exercises you can do around the house, you don't have to go far to get some workout in. Your body will always thank you later. So find some way to do a little bit of exercise. It'll make you feel better in the long run and definitely help improve your health, your weight, and just your overall feeling. So don't let your body talk yourself out of it. Try to stay with it and tell yourself you'll thank you. Your body will thank you later.
That's wonderful.
You look so fit. Norbert, anyway, you look young and you look fit. Yeah.
I'm trying. It's definitely hard to keep up with these girls, but
I know.
It's a lot more work. It's back when we were in our 20s, I could eat anything. I could eat a whole box of Oreo cookies and it wouldn't even faze me. But now, if I eat something like that, it's definitely going to catch up later on. So I got to work a lot harder now that I'm older than when I was younger. So
the girls are growing so fast. I can't believe it. I just saw them last, what's that, two years ago. And look, I saw them in YouTube and my goodness, they're grown. They're like your sisters now.
16 and 13. Sophie's almost to the point of getting her license. She'll probably have her license by next month. So
Yep.
watch out, world. Sophie's
You
behind the
need to
wheel.
buy a shotgun too, Norbert.
Yeah.
I was-
Did you already invest on a shotgun?
Yeah.
I don't have one yet. I don't have a gun yet.
should
so
start
that might be
investing
my
on one.
next. That might be where I have to spend my money. The financial tips: go buy a shotgun. Good investment.
That
Anyway,
can buy
guys,
it for you.
I think we have had a good broadcast today.
Yeah.
What I could say as far as the health, keep praying. Keep praying that we all be safe from this COVID virus, whether the new strain or whatever. So don't forget to pray. That's very, very important. And because the time is going too fast, I'd like everybody to say their goodbyes now. Let's start with Miles.
Yeah. Ito po si Mal Salvador. Nagpapaalam na sa inyo lahat. Thank you very much to all our viewers, to our listeners. And thank you very much, Bert, Manny, and Norbert. And Danielle, thank you so much. Hanggang sa susunod pong Martes, huwag niyo pong kalimutan. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. God bless. Yeah.
Okay, Manny?
Ito naman po si Manny Panganiban. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay sa aming programa. Thank you, Norb, for coming up even though Seahawks is kind of, And of course, Kuya Bert, tayo may usapan tayong dalawa, so I'll see you on Thursday with regards to that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ate Miles, thank you. It was so nice seeing you again. And of course, Daniel, who's our producer, thank you very much for making a very productive production and a very clean production, And of course, sa lahat po ng ating mga nanood ngayon, sa ating po lahat ng mga nag-comment, maraming salamat po ulit at sa susunod po ulit na Tuesday or Martes, sana po makita ulit namin kayo. Thank you po ulit.
Okay, Norb, final.
All right. Thank you, everybody. My name is Norb Cawili, also known as Norb Cam. Come watch my YouTube videos. The Seahawks season may be over, but I'm not done. I've still got lots of videos talking about sports and Seahawks and the rest of the NFL. Thank you for having me on. Kuya Manny, Ate Miles, and my dad, Kuya Bert, and Ate Shoni, my mom. And just one last little tip advice since I just came from the dentist. Make sure you floss your teeth every day.
Yeah.
You've got to take care of those gums. Take care of your gums or your gums will take care of you. So don't forget to floss.
So mga kaibigan,
Kuya Bert, bago ka matapos, there's one from Vilma Fernandez.
Sa hilig po ng blue ng...
Ayan. Kita mo yan?
Okay. Apple Lunch and box distribution will open Wednesday, January 20. That's what, tomorrow?
Next week.
No. January 20 and start 11.
Monday, January 18.
Okay, very good. Yes, we'll remember that. We'll say that again also because we will be broadcasting on the 19th so we can remember. So mga kaibigan, ang bilis ng takbo ng orasan, kaya kami po ay magpapaalam na. At sa himig ng awiting pong huling-huli. Paniwalaan. Ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili. Namamalam na.
Ito po si Mal Salvador. Yeah.
Sabayan niyo po kami sa aming maikling closing prayer. Ama namin, purihin ang iyong pangalan. Nagpupuri po kami at nagpapasalamat sa mga dakilang biyaya, buhay, lakas at subaybay na ipinagkaloob mo sa amin mula sa oras ito hanggang sa wakas ng aming buhay. Amen. At huwag po kayong aalis. Next on Rainier Avenue Radio, Real Estate and Money 21 with our friends Tina Lombard-Harris, Elsie Chaudin, and Violeta Istras. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ingat po. Ingat. Bye. Bye, Norbert and Manny.
Bye.